It's Week 7 of the National Football League, and we've got the Bengals' creative quarterback. He's coming off a nice week throwing the ball, 4 touchdown throws. It's the Bengals and the Chargers on Monday night.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight we close out Week 7 with a good Monday night matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Chargers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. There he goes left side. Still going past the 30. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. That kick return TD is 98 yards in length. And the Bengals will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. So how about that? You want to talk about coming into a hostile environment and just silencing the crowd. They just did it.
Couldn't be a better start. There's no way. All week long, they've talked about having this type of a start, but I think they looked at it from the offensive team's perspective. You know, get the opening kickoff. You guys control the ball. A lot of people are now going to say, okay, now your offense, will they be out of whack? No, not at all. They're going to be absolutely happy. They're relaxed. They took care of business for them. They don't have any pressure now. They can just go play.
So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert. Now a play fake here on first down. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A good start. One play, 10 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there?
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. So now make that a second sack for them on this drive.
And, Brandon, we hear it every week when we go out to do a game. Everyone talks about playing complementary football. Their offense goes down and scores. They see that, and they want to back them up, and that they did, getting 2 sacks on this first drive.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. There on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Fielded at the 43. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And this offense now with a short field ahead. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Green throwing on 1st down. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Green down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. With touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. But a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Here's Tommy Townsend now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 40-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Back to throw. Green. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. To throw is Green. To throw on 2nd down. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati 1st down. Looking to throw. Green. Over the middle, it's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Complete to number 14. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. drills his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. A great play there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. You talk about certain guys just having a nose for the end zone. He's one of them, and he was not going to be denied there.
And defensively, especially in the red zone, you've got to be able to at least slow him down and hold on for dear life. But he's able to get out of a couple of tackles there, and not enough people got there in time. Pretty poor on the defensive side of the ball.
So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to...
Herbert has it knocked free, and the Bengals grab it, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
I think what we just saw there with that fumble return is the increased emphasis on taking the ball away from another team. And no one wants to just fall on in football anymore, do they? They want to take it and try and score themselves.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Bengals are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point right down the middle. And a route is on here in this first half. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Still in the first half, but... struggled, haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. On 2nd and 7, Herbert. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. It's a punt return score of 70 yards. And the Bengals have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And the route is on here in this first half. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw here, Herbert. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. On is the Chargers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Let's take it inside his own 40. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. So here are the Bengals set to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting, as they've got the lead right now, beginning this drive 1st and 10. A throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Green on the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Green. And this is caught. Touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Bengals have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this 1st half. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive, and it ends with a Bengals score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The LA offense ready for this next possession. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, this 1st half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They can use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
This is fielded at the 27. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Green. Looking middle, and that's complete. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. Throwing on 1st down. Green. And that is incomplete. Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a 1-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
And that is incomplete. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. But that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in the kicker to try and hit from 61 yards, and this one winds up no good.
It's down to the 42-yard line. Throwing again on second down. Herbert, he'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Herbert now. Caught by Allen. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Again, Herbert. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Fresh off of 6 the other way, it's Herbert. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Herbert. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Herbert. Herbert has it knocked free. But a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Escaping, and the pressure gets to him again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Terry McLaurin, well over 100 yards receiving, and a touchdown catch as well. From there, let's get over to the Rockies to check out the Broncos at home in Denver. And things didn't go so well, as it was the visiting Raiders who come in and grab the victory. Derek Carr, strong in the victory, as his guys looked better than a team that had won just one game coming in. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for the Bengals. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in this second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Throwing on second down, Herbert. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Here's Herbert. And this one is incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Green. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Well, that was something to behold there. You might expect runs like that from a kick returner or wide receiver, but that's your quarterback hitting top speed.
And normally when you see guys move it this fast, it might be a fly pattern from a receiver or a toss sweep from a tailback or something like that. This was designed as a passing play, and then he got out of the pocket, and he just took off, and he just kept gaining momentum with every step.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. Now here's Green on first down. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
Looking to throw. Green. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. It's their quarterback with his second touchdown of the night. And the Bengals just continue to roll. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. L.A. set to take over again on offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Herbert on first down now. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. On second down, Eckler. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. This is taken at about the 14. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bengals drive about to get going. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. How about that? Their quarterback, 51 yards. And the Bengals will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Well, you want to talk about making something out of nothing. Boy, he did that right there. What an incredible run.
Obviously a pass play, and he couldn't find anyone open downfield. But sometimes the receivers just run those defenders off, and it creates a wide open space.
Now the try here for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. L.A. readies for its next possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, throwing back across his body.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps, to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Green.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
To throw is Green. To throw on 3rd down. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get
back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now, because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
Buying time to his left. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Bengals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Chargers, nothing.
The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
And that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Herbert. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, it has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Herbert. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
On is the Chargers punter now. Standing just about on his own goal line. Fielded right around his own 43. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. He goes 57 yards on the punt return.
And the Bengals are closing in now on a 7th straight win to start the year.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Chargers, nothing.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. first down, it's Herbert. Pressure comes, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert, and bringing it in right side here, Beckham. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Well, just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really... game plan on the other side, all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continue to build energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Chargers ready to take over. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams.
And he's brought down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On 1st and 10, Herbert. Finding Williams once more. Puts it on the carpet, it's out. But a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. He finds his target, Beckham.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
And Herbert able to get this one to Eckler out of the backfield. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
To the air again, Herbert. It's caught, Beckham. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Oh, this is blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
The Bengals getting set to go.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They scored on their last 2 drives.
It certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people.
There he goes, left side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Boy, I got to say, I don't know how he made it all the way to the end zone without going down. What a run.
Absolutely incredible that was, because defensively you're taught to break down, wrap up. But in this case, he didn't really allow it. And really, no one was able to slow him down enough for the extra help to get there. He just kept getting out of tackles all the way downfield and found the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one. He's got a man, complete. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone.